you guys. And it's kind of early too, right? My name is Brenda Ringwood, but you guys can call me Mrs. Wood. You know why I say that? It's a respect thing. And respect starts with yourself. Did you know that? Because if you don't respect yourself, then how are you going to respect others? Respect is a big deal. And we have a speaker who's going to talk to you a lot about your actions. But the first thing I want to talk to you about before he comes up, you guys are our future. Did you know that? You are our future. And the future is coming if you like it or not. Some of you guys are going to go on to do great things. You're going to be doctors, lawyers, you're going to be teachers, you're going to be CEOs of companies, you're going to become parents, and some of you might end up in prison for early pregnancies, a menace to society. Think about that. And it all boils down to one word, what your future's going to look like, and that word is choice. It is your choice on how you respond in life. It is your choice on how you behave. It is your choice on how you respect yourself and those boundaries. So I'm going to bring up Mr. Cicone Prince, and you guys can call him Mr. Prince. He is going to talk to you about your choices, your responsibility, what your actions should be like. He's an amazing speaker. He's coming up from Mobile, Alabama, and there's something very special about this man. He is a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award winner. You know even know what that is? He got awarded from the President of the United States for his accomplishments. So welcome, Mr. Cicone Prince.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you. Testing. Testing. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Turn. Testing. 1, 2. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am so excited to be here today because I get a chance to talk to the future. You know, just like Ms. Wood said, that you are the future. Imagine this, 10 years from now, where would you be? A lot of you are going to be out of home. I'm sorry, we're at college, okay? Some said the military. So if you know that you're going to be somewhere different than you are right now, why not start preparing for it? I have 5 children. Yeah, I know I don't look like it, but I do. And the age range is 36 to 16. And while I was raising my children, I would tell them, I said, listen, I'm not raising children, I'm raising adults. And they looked at me kind of strange, like, wait a minute, we're not adults. I said, okay. I said, do you wait until you get to school to put your school clothes on? They said, no, you don't. Do you wait until you get to the swimming pool to put your swimsuit on? No. You always get ready somewhere else. You always get dressed somewhere else. Well, you don't wait until you become an adult to learn how to be one. Now is the time, and this is the place you learn the skills you need to be an adult. And you have a support system here of people that want to help you succeed. Because pretty soon, these teachers that are here, they're going to retire. They need somebody to take their place. They need somebody to actually step into the role that they have now. They are preparing you for the future. Some of you are going to be lawyers. Some of you are going to be doctors. Some of you are going to join the military. But the skills you learn now is going to help you when you get to those places. But you know, Ms. Wood says something that was really important. It's all about choice. Do you know what the difference between a hero and a villain is? Anybody? It's choice. The difference is choice. Most of them were born out of pain. But the villain said, the world hurt me, I'm going to hurt it back. The hero says, the world hurt me, I'm not going to let it hurt anybody else. It's a choice. All of us have a choice that we can make on a daily basis as to where we want to go and where we want to be. It never ceases to amaze me how so many times we don't think no more than 5 minutes away or 10 feet from us. But when you think about the fact that you have a future that's waiting on you and it's coming real fast, that means that you have to change your thought process on what it is you're doing today. Nobody plants a seed today and go out tomorrow and expect the harvest. It takes time. And even with you, it's going to take time for you to get to where it is you want to be. Being an adult is not easy. It's not. And if you really understood what you have right now, a lot of you would really want to slow down. Because there are so many times I wish somebody would tell me to take a nap. I wish somebody would tell me to go to my room. But I can't, because I have to go out and work and take care of my family. But the fact that I had somebody in my life that showed me the importance of being able to prepare for the future, the choices I made the day I live with tomorrow, that helped me to become a better version of myself. Our organization is entitled Becoming the Best You. And the word becoming, I really like to break it down into two parts. The be is a state of. So if I said be quiet, that means that I want you to be quiet. If I said be gone, I want you to leave. So be is a state of, but the coming is a process. That means that you start in one place, but you end up somewhere else. And right now, all of you are becoming something. But the question is what? We don't have time machines. In fact, that we can stay where we are or even go back in the past. We're all moving forward. It's not where you start, but where you finish. So where do you want to be? You have an opportunity and a chance to make that choice today. Where you want to be, where you want to go, the impact that you want to make. How many of you want to be known for something? Okay, all right, good. A lot of hands. Something, okay. All right, how many of you, if I want to be known for something good? All right, more hands went up. Okay, now everybody put your hands down. How many want to be known for something bad? Now, I knew there were a couple of y'all out there. I knew there were a couple of y'all out there. You say that now. Now, there are so many people that wish they had somebody to tell them that their choices mattered. Your friends matter. Who you call a friend, who you consider a friend, who you hang out with really matters. You know, when I was growing up, I had some friends, but I didn't let them affect my decisions and my choices. And here's what I mean. I appreciated who I was to the point to where if I didn't want to do something, I didn't do it. See, if you're looking for somebody else to approve you, what you'll do is you'll be a victim of their opinion of you. If they don't like you, they may ask you to do something that you shouldn't be doing, that you know you're uncomfortable with, and that's going to affect your future. But if you have enough self-respect for who you are, you won't allow them to lead you in a way that you know your parents and even you don't want you to go. How many of you have social media? Oh, wow, okay. All right. Next question, how many of you don't have social media? Okay, well, there are a couple. I see some of the teachers in the back. All right, now, I grew up in the world where there was no social media. The only thing that we had was what we had at school. So anytime anybody talked about you, it was in a small little group. And it didn't last that long. But now, the things that you do today are online forever. I had a chance in July to go to the continent of Africa. I went to Nairobi, Kenya. And my coach gave us an opportunity to speak at Parliament Now, this is their government. They asked for our passports and our names. You know what they did? They went on our social media and they went through everything. And if they found anything that was inappropriate, anything that they didn't like, you couldn't come. And do you know employees are doing that now? If you have a private account or a blocked account, they are more skeptical of hiring you. What you put online is a reflection of who you are, what you agree with. And I know a lot of people saying, well, okay, it's free speech. True enough, it is. But when you represent somebody else, they need to make sure that you are aligning with their morals and their values. So if you want to do something good, if you want to be known for something great, if you want to make an impact and be an example for somebody else, you have to carry yourself differently. There's more things that are expected of leaders than there are of people that are just followers. I had a chance in 2018 to go to Guyana, South America, and while I was there, I spoke at they have a primary and a secondary school, so they don't have elementary, middle, and high school. Theirs are split in half. And I spoke at their primary school, and I asked the students, I said, stand up if you consider yourself a leader. 80% of the students stood up. 80% of them considered themselves a leader at that age, about the age of you guys. And I told them, I said, listen, for those that are still sitting down, you're leaders too. Because somebody is watching you. Somebody is looking at you. Somebody is using you for an example. And this even goes, of course, for the teachers and staff. They are looking at you. They are watching you. They are seeing how it is you act and interact. We set a precedence for those that are coming behind us. I share this story all the time. My youngest son is now 16. He was 10 at the time. I put on an event in my hometown, and I was less than a mile from my home at the hotel. But I forgot something. I left something at the house. And I said, I got to go home. I only have one chance because I can't come back. I was getting ready to leave, and my 10-year-old son said, Dad, can I ride with you? I said, sure, son, come on. And I'm thinking in my head, all the stuff I said, I can't go back. I got to get everything this one time. And on the way driving, I'm less than a mile from my house. My 10-year-old son looks at me and says, Dad, I'm proud of you. My 10-year-old son tells me he's proud of me. Now, we weren't talking. We weren't having a conversation. But he said, Dad, I'm proud of you. And in that moment, I stopped because I realized he was watching me. He was looking at me. I could tell my child, you can be whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to do. But what am I doing? What example am I leaving him? What am I showing him? I could talk to him all day. What am I showing him? When he said that to me, it hit home because it made me realize just how impactful my life can be. The reason I'm telling you this is because one day, and not even one day, today, your nieces, your nephews, your sisters, your brothers, those that are younger than you, they look up to you. They look up to you. What they see you do, they want to do. Where they see you go, they want to go. The impact that you make, they want to do it. So we all have a chance to influence somebody else. Because none of us is going to stay where we are. 10 years from now, you won't be here. The question is, where are you going to be and who are you going to be impacting? Because I don't care where you go, somebody is going to be watching you. They're going to be looking at you. They're going to be looking up to you. The question is, what are they going to see? Are they going to see somebody famous for doing something wrong? Are they going to see somebody famous for breaking the law? Or are they going to see somebody famous for making a difference? Famous for giving back, famous for showing and modeling love. What are they going to see? Because when you consider the impact you have, it should make you think twice. If nobody's watching, fine, do whatever you want to do. But there are consequences. But if you know that somebody's watching, what if my son would have saw me smoking weed? He would have thought, oh, I can do that too. Or if he would have saw me drinking, oh, I can do that too. What example would I have set for him? But instead of those negative things, he saw his father going after his goals and his dreams. Earlier we talked about social media. And a lot of us, we look at stuff and most of that stuff is filtered. They have all kind of filters. Now you don't have to, ladies, you don't have to put on makeup. You just turn the filter on and it does it for you. But the reality is that in real life, that's not true. And if you don't understand that, you'll live in a world where you think everybody has it going on, everybody is making it and balling, and you're not. And that's not the case. That's not the case at all. My cousin, he actually had a post one day. He said, everybody thinks that I have it going on. But what they don't know is secretly my sock is sliding down in my shoe. Because people look at the outside. They look at the outside and they don't realize that there's so much work that goes into the things that you want to accomplish. They only see somebody when they make it. They don't see them when they're struggling. Kevin Hart said it took him 18 years to become an overnight success. And it's during that time when people don't know your name, they don't know who you are, they don't recognize you. That's when you put in the work that's needed. See, some people, they can't handle success because it comes too quickly. There have been stories of people winning the lottery, and 5 years later, they are completely broke, busted and disgusted because they didn't know how to handle the money that they were given. It's your mindset. Warren Buffett said, I would not invest in a company whose owner hadn't failed twice. Now, none of us like to talk about our failures, but we learn lessons from those failures. We learn things that we shouldn't do and things that we can make better and different. But again, we also show other people that they can get up from a fall. I talk about my son watching me and how he looks up to me, but he knows those times when I was struggling to put things together, when I was struggling to pay the bills. He sees the reality of what it means to be an adult. I think sometimes our parents hide stuff from us. And what I mean by that is they shelter us from it. But see, I was raised by a single mother. And I like to use this analogy. When you have two parents, it's almost like you're the child in the back seat. You're just looking out the window. You don't really know what's going on. You are kind of disconnected from a lot of stuff. But when you're raised by a single parent, you're riding shotgun. You may not be in the driver's seat, but you're sitting in the front seat and you see everything on the dash. In fact, you see how much gas you have. You see if the oil is low. You see if the car is overheated because you have a different perspective because you're raised by a single parent. My mother, I saw how she struggled to take care of me and my sister. I saw the impact of that. I didn't want that for my children. So I made it a point to where I was going to be there for them. But again, it's the impact that I made on my kids that's going to affect how they treat their kids and how they raise their families. A lot of you in this room, you have challenges that I know you've gone through time and time again. But the fact that you're still here means that you've been able to overcome them. And you can teach, see, so many of y'all don't understand, you can teach somebody else how to come through what you've gone through. You oftentimes look at our challenges as being struggles, and they are. They are hard. Sometimes you cry, sometimes you want to give up and throw in the towel. But if you find the fortitude to keep going, when you come across somebody else that's going through the same thing, you can encourage them. We want to talk about being brave. And being brave doesn't mean that you don't have any fear. It doesn't mean that you don't have any problems. It doesn't mean that everything always goes your way. Being brave means in spite of what I'm going through, I still know I can make a difference. In spite of the challenges and the hurt and heartache, I still can do something incredible. And to me, a hero is someone that in spite of what they're facing, they want to help somebody else. That's one of the reasons why I love the Marvel movies, because if you look at them closely, most of the time the heroes, yes, they're fighting the bad guy, but in the meantime, they have to save other people. They have to get other people to safety. They don't just ignore them and just say, forget them, I have to go and do this. Stan Lee had a show entitled, So You Want to Be a Superhero? And it was a reality show. And I never really watched it on a regular basis, but one day I was flipping through the channels and I came across it. And I actually saw where these people, they came up with their own superhero names. They made costumes, all this other kind of stuff, and had to go through these different challenges. And the section that I caught, they had to run through a park and they had to accomplish something by a certain time. What they didn't know is that they took a little child, a girl, and staged her in the park. So as they ran past a certain section, they would hear this girl saying, "Help, I'm hurt, I'm hurt." Now, some of them stopped. I think only 2 of them stopped. 3 of them ran past her because they were trying to accomplish this mission and this goal. And the real test was, even though you have something you need to do, are you willing to help somebody else? I may lose this challenge, but this person is in trouble. They're in danger. They need help. And when Stan explained that to them, yeah, okay, in fact, you may have something that you want to accomplish, but are you going to leave somebody else who desperately needs your help? I know you think that you don't have any influence. I know you think you don't have any impact, but you do. You do. You would not believe how many students, your classmates, look at you and to you. How many students actually secretly admire you for your courage, your bravery, to be yourself and to be who you are. You'd be surprised at how many people are really rooting for you. You know, when we look at a lot of the challenges that are going on, in fact, with our youth, one of the things that it makes me think of is a rock in the shoe. How many of you have ever had a rock in your shoe? Anybody? It's irritating, isn't it? It's hard. It's hard to walk. It's hard to run. If you had a rock in your shoe, it's going to hinder your ability to be mobile. When you have a person or a situation in your life that's irritating, it's like that rock in your shoe. The shoe was designed to give you comfort and designed to get you from one place to another. But having a rock in your shoe causes you to have a problem moving. When you have a disruptive friend, situation in your life, a student in your class, a problem, with your parents or at home, that's that irritation. So how do you get rid of it? What do you do? Who do you talk to? Do you have friends that you can confide in? Do you have counselors and folks that truly care about you that you can talk to and get the help that you need? We talk about being brave, and that's what it takes for you to move past that situation. But it doesn't just stop with you. Again, you can actually pour into the person that's coming behind you. In this school, the staff, the people that are here, they want to see you succeed. They want to see you succeed. You are a part of their dream for a brighter tomorrow. If they didn't care about you, they wouldn't be here. If I didn't care about you, I wouldn't be here. But I know that in this room, we have individuals who are going to make a difference. Some of y'all could find the cure for cancer. Some of y'all could actually be a part of the exploration that goes to Mars. You have so much potential. The question is, are you going to tap into it? Do you see it for yourself? Because if you don't see it, you'll never get it. You can never go where you can't see. You have to be able to see past your current position. Albert Einstein said that imagination is everything. It's the preview of things to come. If you cannot imagine yourself in a better place, guess what? You'll never get there. You'll never get there. It's going to take work. It's not like an elevator. You're going to have to climb and get to where it is you want to be, but you have to see where you're going. No one ever got to the top of a mountain and they didn't look up. You have to look up. Look beyond where you are. Look beyond what you're facing. Look beyond your current circumstances. Where is it that you want to be? And only you can answer that question. And honestly, only you know when you've gotten there. Only you know when you made that difference. Only you know when you've actually poured into somebody else. I'm going to close with this. When I was your age, I had a stuttering problem. That's right. I had a hard time talking. Now, if you would have told me when I was your age that I would be a public speaker, an international speaker, a published author, if you would have told me that, I would have been like, you crazy. Because that's the way I talked back then. But what I realized is this. I had so much in me that I wanted to get out that I couldn't just stop at not being able to talk. I started volunteering to speak in class, to read. I started volunteering to actually put myself in a position to where I got more comfortable at it. And you know, the best advice I got was from my uncle. He said, you know what, Cicone, what's really going on is your mind is on sentence 3. Your mouth is on sentence 1. All you have to do is slow down. And when he told me that, I was like, that's it. That's all I have to do. And because I started doing that, I became a better speaker. My encouragement to you is this. Think about where it is you want to be. Visualize it. Some people have vision boards. They cut out pictures of magazines or they make graphics showing this is where I want to live, this is the car I want to drive, this is the impact I want to make. They do all of that, but they do it so that they can have a vision as to where they want to go. So my question to you is this. Where do you want to be 10, 20 years from now? Because where you are, where you end up, is going to be a result of the choices that you make every single day. And listen, my name is Cicone Prince, and I want to thank y'all for your time and attention. Brenda?
So what does it mean to be brave? Your stuff here says building, respectful, and vigilant eagles. Building also means becoming.
Yes, that's a process.
It's a process. Are you brave? Are you the eagle? Yeah! You know what an eagle is? Do you know many people want to be eagles? Because eagles soar, right? Eagles soar. But did you also know that other birds try to catch rides on eagles? And they become a nuisance to that eagle. But the eagle lets them do it. And all that eagle does to get ahead,
just keep rising.
Keeps rising. Why don't you tell them why?
Eagles have the ability to literally fly above the clouds. You've never seen the eagle getting rained on. You know why? Because it can actually fly above the clouds. And like she mentioned about, there are other birds that try to be a nuisance to the eagle, like the crow. And the eagle doesn't fight. It doesn't spend a whole lot of time dealing with the bird. It starts to fly. And the higher it gets, in fact, the crow can't go that high. The question is, are you going to be an eagle? Are you going to soar past those people that are trying to hold you down? Those ones that are trying to actually keep you from getting to your goals and your dreams? You, again, have a choice. You can be a crow, that irritant, that rock in the shoe for somebody, or you can be the eagle who leaves them behind. And it's okay. Right now, if you were to bring all of my middle school friends in, I probably wouldn't even recognize them. I don't even know who they are anymore. And the people that you're sitting next to, you may not even know them 10, 15 years from now. But the question is, where are you going to be? What impact are you going to make? That's what eagles do.
So let me ask you, are you an eagle?
Are you an eagle?
I am a brave eagle. What are you guys? What are you guys? Come on now. How about you guys? I don't hear it. Are you brave? I'm a brave eagle. How about you guys? Now you guys are a smaller crowd, but that doesn't you can't be braver than them. Let me hear you. What are you? Oh, come on. I'm a brave eagle. Let me hear it. Come on, guys. Let's all say it together.
I'm a brave eagle.
And it goes further than that. Remember when I first came up, I talked about respect. I said you could call me Mrs., not Brenda. Although Brenda is my name, and your name is very important. Not everybody has the privilege to call you by your special name. Those are reserved for the relationships that you're building, for your family, for your friends. Becoming the best you wants to be that for you. But you first have to start with respect. That's why we call our teachers Mr. and Ms. That's why we have a title for the President of the United States. We put President before the name. That Miss, Ms., Mr., Mrs. is a sign of respect. So what are you going to call yourself? There you go. Brave eagle. So let's do a little exercise. Let's pretend that you have a group of crows. You have a group of crows that you're running around with. And I'm sure each of your parents, now listen up guys, because this is important. Your parents tell you, don't hang out with that group of people, they're going to bring you down. Your parents ever tell you that? Do you think that your parents know something about that? They do, because they were once you. Weren't we once this age?
We were once this age. I know it's hard to believe, but we were.
Mr. Prince, tell them why as a parent we tell them that.
Your parents care about you. Your teachers care about you. You know, believe it or not, we know a little bit more than you do. Just a little. I know you think that you have all the information at your fingertips, but we have life experiences. And there are some things that haven't changed. The question is, do you have people in your life that are going to tell you right from wrong, going to point you in the right direction? Your parents do that because they care about you. If they didn't care about you, they wouldn't take care of you.
It's a choice to be a crow or an eagle. It's a choice to soar like an eagle. It's also a choice to be a chicken. Did you know that? What are chickens good for? Everybody has a purpose.
Chickens get eaten.
Everything about them is for eating. That
Chicken
is their
get
purpose, right? So, you want to be the eagle or you want to be the chicken? Because it's easy to be the chicken. It's easy to be the crow, but it's not so easy to be the eagle. Let me hear you say, I am a brave eagle. Let me hear you say, I respect myself. You guys have a wonderful day. It's been a pleasure, y'all.
Thank you so much. Go Eagles!